Hello everyone, welcome to the Age of Listening channel. As always, we're going deep. So when you go deep into the symbols of the RWS deck, you're really able to see the story within each card and you learn tarot a lot faster. Today we're looking at number 21 and we're looking at it from the Dreams of Tarot of Dreams, Light Seers, Witches Tarot and the Everyday Witch. So while I'm talking about all these wonderful symbols and what it means to be on the spiritual journey of the Fool, just take the time to have a good gander at them. Okay, so number 21, there's several different ways of looking numerologically at this number. So you can condense it down to 3. Which is the Empress. So 21, 3. So here we saw the Fool was introduced to the Empress and she was telling him that if he wants to create, all it takes is patience and nurturing, love, attention, and he'll be able to bring into fruition whatever he wishes to manifest in his life. Hoorah! Now, the other way to look at it is also a 2 and a 1. So we have here, obviously, the magician who brings down these heaven onto earth, and you have the beautiful picture of the high priestess in her intuitive psychic self who resides in the Holy of Holies. Even though she's on earth, she knows she resides in the temple of God because the temple of God is within her. You know, either or. The other is another way to look at this also is to remember that the Hangman is the twin of her, and I'm just trying to find it because I've got my card out and now I've gone and lost it. Yeah, here it is. So the twin of her is the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is, they've got the same, almost the same physical posture on the bottom. So here is the number 4. And the difference, though, is in the arms. The Hangman here has swallowed the red pill of the Matrix. He knows exactly what's going on. And although he may seem really weird hanging upside down, he realizes that life is an illusion. But here's the thing that I got as a reading from God. My higher self. I don't commune with God, you know, kind of. I sound a big head when I say that. It's because I'm an ex-Christian church-going woman, so I tend to say it. But anyway, so I got from my higher self, from Spirit, I got a really sort of a download. And what the download I got was that while it is amazing to be in the Hanged Man, to be woken up, not asleep anymore, but awake, this guy sees it, he's got the information and the knowledge in his head, and he's got it in his heart too, but he's not, but this figure is inert, it's not moving. Where she is dancing, she's in movement. And it was a call to us in the age of Aquarius, which is why I called this channel Age of Listening. We're in this age where we're not, it's no longer good enough to have the information in our head and our heart. We actually have to manifest it into our everyday real life. And the way to do that is to embrace these 2 wise cards, which tell us, you know, who are you going to be led by? And lovingly, you must control those emotions that are within you. And ultimately, they must be your strength. But, you know, I really got this amazing download, but because I'm a bit of a pedantic, I deleted it because I didn't like the ending of it. I know, travesty. But at the end of the day, what my higher self was saying was that in the age of Aquarius, this isn't good enough anymore. We've got to be into showing ourselves and other people. And the only way to manifest it in our lives and in our attitudes and in our emotions is by nurturing it. And the way to nurture it is through diligently spending time with your higher self. More times of meditation, more times of going and closing our eyes if need be, or going and sitting on a beach, or go into your garden, shut off everything that's in the world and focus on the Holy of Holies, where the High Priestess resides. I've been amazed at how many people, spiritual leaders, and spiritual kind of self-made gurus, me being one of them, I guess, as I'm part of the YouTube society, that have been in the coronavirus very, very full of fear. And when you're in that place of fear, you're not manifesting and nurturing, you're not helping anybody else, you're just keeping that cog of fear going round and round and round, which everyone else is feeling. So we're in the age of Aquarius now. We're in an age where we should be manifesting what we know in our heart is true. Okay, that isn't meant to be a telling off. I hope you do not feel that it was, but it does need to be said. Okay, so the twin card here is the twin, and I think you can see it here. Right, so moving on. Now I've had my little bit of a talk there. The symbols here around the edge of the wreath, you have here, these can be classed as like 4 different things. So you've got the, and by the way, can I just say a bit of a disclaimer? I'm talking to the awake. I'm talking to the spiritual leaders here. I'm not talking to those who are just started on their journey. I'm talking to those that have been on this spiritual journey for 20, 30 years. That's who I'm talking to. That's who I think God was talking to us that do know better. We can no longer surf on head knowledge anymore. We need to surf and ride the waves of what the age of Aquarius is going to give us. Now, God is full of everlasting love, and so we can catch that wave at any point. But what a shame to leave it another day. What a shame to let one day go by and miss that wave. Why not clamber on top of your surfboard, ride that wave and have God catch you and see real change in your life. Don't be subject to your feelings and your senses, your material earthly senses. What is God asking you to feel and think? And think on that. Okay, sorry, I don't mess with my words. So we have, let's start down here. So we have the bull, which is Angel Uriel, or it can be classed as the earth element, the bull, yeah. Here we have Leo, the lion, and the water element. Also Angel Michael. Over here you can class it as the Scorpion sign, or Angel Gabriel, fire element, yeah, eagle, or over here Aquarius, and Angel Raphael. I mean, it's any of them really, but you've got the 4 elements, so the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac, the 4 elements, the 4 archangels, and so forth. Right. And some have even said it's the 4 evangelists, and these are very biblical, very Revelation, Book of Revelation. It also has reference to that. So here she's lifted up on the clouds, showing us her spiritual nature. So we saw how the hangman demonstrates the realization and the illusion of life. We saw that. But here, you know, we're seeing it's no longer observational. This is now, the fool is beginning to understand that what he's learned through all the major arcana cards, and hopefully you've been with me from the journey from 0 to 21, and he's realized that now here the world, he's now part of the higher collective, the Godhead of Creator and the Supreme Light. And as such, the fool now sees that as God creates, so must we. So this is, you know, in reference to, again, you know, the High Priestess and the Magician card. If we're stagnant, it's death. It's being asleep, being inert. So the wreath, so green for the natural world, love and healing. It also, I mean, some people class it as a 0, a circle. Other people see it as the sacred geometry of the 2 circles joined together. So you have imagine you've got a circle here, you've got a circle here, and the bridge in the middle where the 2 circles meet, that's the bridge between heaven and earth. So you've got the earth with man on one side, and on the top you've got God and heaven in the other, and in between is where we should lie. I'll try and remember to put the spelling of that up here somewhere. So all things exist. All things exist in potential, and all potentials are realized. Do you know who you are, and how magical and how much of God you have within you? So the red sash that we see here, the infinity symbol, the lemniscate, this is at both points where you've got, you know, her head is in the clouds, but her feet are on earth, and she's passionate and stable in both of these. You've got the purple banner, which to me shows sovereignty and divinity, but some people do say, you know, it's about, again, passion and stability. The blue sky of the intuitive psychic side of herself in communication with God. The double-tipped wand, you know, it's kind of like, you know, the double-tipped wand of the magician on steroids. She's got 2. So she's not only a conductor and a conduit of God's power, but she's creating that super consciousness within her. She is the temple. The temple is within her. The Holy of Holies is within her, because here she knows the secrets, and she often goes behind the veil into the Holy of Holies. She's become the Holy of Holies because she realizes she's part of God. Are you getting there? It's lovely, isn't it? So the God is within us. She is at one. So upright, upright, we've got celebration, birth, homecoming, someone coming towards you. This is somebody of substance, somebody with substance, attainment, completion. And I kind of saw this as like the Buddha card, you know, the Buddha state of seeing the profound in the trivial. She's interested in everything now. There was a film with what's her name? Scarlett Johansson. Scarlett Johansson, Scarlett, whatever her actress name is, where she swallows that medicine, or that, I'm sorry, that blue crystals, and she becomes part of God and she sees the whole universe. That's kind of this. So but she saw the profound in even the smallest thing. You know, the grass created frequency and energy. Everything had energy. I'll try and think what that film is and put it up. But that is what, to me, the world card is. See the film, it's fantastic. So here, when you get this card, you've kind of got your certificate to prove it. You've gotten all the secrets, the universal laws, and you're putting them into action, or you've put them into action and now you're sitting back and enjoying what you've completed. But for the Fool, this is only just the beginning of the next journey. And like a lot of the cards, for instance, like the Star card, this is a moment in time. I wish we could reside in the World card forever, but it's really a moment in time. Okay? So just to remind you then again, once the Fool sees this card, he's finished university, and now with all the lessons that he's learned, with all the people that he's seen and interacted with, he's now got to live his life and put them into action. Otherwise it's all for nothing, and you're just dealing with constant karma if you don't learn the lessons. All the answers to life are within all of these cards. The answer to all your problems. They're based on spiritual laws. And no matter how hard they are, those lessons are there to temper us, to guard us, to show us, highlight to us, bring us back to God so we can give and receive. They take us to these deep, deep places, but full of God's grace. We have those moments of the sun. And then we have that judgment card of karma again. So all the lessons are there. And I'm going to be starting my look at what are those life situations? What are those life situations that the Fool is now going to face, and how is he going to draw on all of these cards of wisdom and make the right decision? He's got all the head knowledge. So how is he going to make sure that he completes all of those situations with ease of mind, not hurting anyone else, but making him stronger and stronger, wiser and wiser, so that he can be in a position to not only help others, but help himself? Because I guarantee, if you can see the minor arcana cards now with me, using the lessons that we've learnt in the major, you will be able to see more star moments. You'll be able to give to others, but also receive to yourself. And I'm telling you, honest to goodness, that's how I've survived. And I've had many karmic lessons that I've had to go through, but I've also had many star moments. And this is kind of, you know, I call it the Buddha card, but also it's the card of well done, good and faithful servant. You've done well, and you're going to be rewarded with that world card. So, having a quick look at some of these other then. I love my Tower of Dreams. You've got the 4 different elements here. The world is a game. It's all a game. And the Fool here stands knowing that, you know, all of life's trials are about to come and hit him. How's he going to deal with it? Well, he's got the 4 elements to help him by embracing these 4 elements, by embracing the zodiac, by embracing who he is and who everyone else is, no matter what their stages are at. He's going to be fine. Same way she's got a lemnis gate. She's got that infinity symbol. She knows it's a game. She's going to enjoy the ride. Here we've got the different seasons. Things come and they go. Things change constantly. But all is well. Here she's just finished her exams. And she's like, woohoo! And she's throwing her hat in the air, or it could be that the wind has caught the hat off, saying, forget about school now. Just enjoy the feeling that you are free from exams and, you know, sit back and take a moment to breathe and to relax and enjoy the success. Okay, I think that's all I need to say. Reversed, it's dead simple. It just means, well, I kind of think, yeah, you're in a transitional phase like you are now. You've transcended to this wonderful place. It's just not as good as what it could have been. You know, it's just not as good, because no matter which way you turn this, it's the same either way. It doesn't matter. It's just not as good. So, excuse me, got a frog in my throat. It's just not as good as what it could have been. Probably fine-tune some emotions or attitudes and see if it could have been, go into a hermit mode probably see could it the outcome have been different and better if I'd have probably made some adjustments. Right, I cannot wait for all of the minor arcana cards. Absolutely fantastic. Speak to you soon. Bye.